In this video, we're going to talk about Spawn and who can he trust in this battle for Hell's Throne. Sin, Clown, and Cataclysm, Green World, it's all a gang show right now, and everyone's going after the throne, and all these casualties are mounting up. Alright, my brothers and my sisters from another mister, this video is a comic book review of Spawn, issue number 346, brought to you by RatedComics. Let's get to it. So previously on Spawn, the battle continues to rage across the landscape of hell as several contenders begin their final approach towards the throne. So we begin this issue in this panel with a narration from the Reaper, because in the last issue, Eddie the Reaper came down from the sky and made a blazing impact on the ground. So now he recounts what happened. It took a few hours, but we finally found a path through Heaven's Line, just out in the wastelands. Gunslinger, Spawn, Medieval, the Freak, and Reaper are out there. But on their way back, Gunslinger spotted one of them on the horizon. Then more of them came, all coming from different directions until we were all surrounded. And they were not Heaven soldiers, they were definitely from hell. All these brimstones come in. Now they try to fight back, but there was just too many of them and they were just too skilled for them. It happened so fast. They took down Medieval Spawn and Gunslinger Spawn first. Then the Freak as they impale him through the midsection. We never stood a chance. Then suddenly, it was just me left standing against all of them, and I knew if I didn't get out of there in the next few seconds, that was it. I managed to slip past them and just kept flying up out of there. What about Medieval and Gunslinger, Spawn, says Spawn. I'm not sure. I heard one of them say shouting that, not to damage the other hell spawns, Maybe I should have stayed. No, you did the right thing, Eddie. If you stayed, you'd be dead too. So She-Spawn asked, any idea who attacked him? And Spawn's like, I'm betting they're Sin's people, because they were hunting for necroplasm. Sin's been away hell for such a long time, so now every time he uses his power, he burns through his own necroplasm reserves. There are some natural sources he can tap into within hell, but those will only give him a small fraction of what he needs, and the closer he gets to the Infernal Keep, the less he'll be able to draw onto them. So he's likely to dispatch those acolytes to capture more necroplasm so it can supply him. It's what I would do if I were him. So Spawn's thinking like, military CIA assassin style. So She-Spawn's wondering, so if his words could lead us to him, then we could probably follow that path. And Redeemer's like, nah, it's not that simple. I searched the entire attack area. There was no sign of Medieval and no sign of Gunslinger Spawn as he brings back the Freak injured. But I did find the Freak. Can we revive him? And Spawn's like, nah, I can't. Not here in hell. And She-Spawn's like, alright, then let's get moving. If we hurry, we might be able to pick up their trail. And Spawn's like, no, that's not the plan. And Redeemer is like, well, I did see another route we can use. And what about Gunslinger Spawn, Medieval? That's what She-Spawn asked when she's concerned about him. No, says Spawn, we need to keep moving. And She-Spawn proposes, and let's take a smaller group to search for them while the rest of you guys go ahead. No, says Spawn, are you crazy? They took down Medieval and Gunslinger. Sending another group would be like handing them more prisoners. So we're just gonna abandon them, says the Hunt. Yeah, are their lives worth everyone else's? No, we waste time going after them, then Sin gets the throne. We gotta think of the bigger picture here. And She-Spawn's like, well, I guess the bro is right, so let's go find Sin. Nah, says Ravenspawn, it's not that easy. He's coming from another realm, and we don't know which one it is. Our best bet is to follow the path Redeemer saw. Even if we venture elsewhere, we take one wrong turn, it'll cost us days. So if those troops came from Sin, then we gotta follow their trail. And Spawn thinks about it like, you know what, it makes sense because we are already days behind, so let's follow that trail. We need to get to the Infernal Keep. Sin will expend his energies getting there. That's where we hit him. I'll bury the Freak. After that, we leave. But suspicion grows amongst the group. Something isn't quite right, and they know it. You know what? And they're wondering, okay, Spawn, what the hell are we going to do? And at the end of this issue, we will find out what the hell Spawn is thinking, because it's just crazy. How can you keep Cataclysm at the throne? He doesn't have the power to harness his true powers. Sin can't have it because it'll be all hell broken loose. Clown may be the lesser of the evil, but you just can't trust Clown. So in the Infernal Keep, even Cataclysm was like, why should I listen to you, Clown? Because we both want the same thing. Sin can't sit on the throne. We know that. Then who does, said Cataclysm. Anyone but a damn human, says the Clown. I'd have thought that you want it for yourself. I can assist you with that, I assure you, because I'm the one that helped create Sin's hellspawn powers in the first place. Says Cataclysm, and he's suspicious too. I've been informed about you. Then you know what I'm capable of, says the Clown. Here's the reality. Things have started to improve for you. Even with the green world backing you up, you're still fighting a war on multiple fronts. You're smart enough to know you can't keep that up. And even if you could get sent out the way, you still won't be able to relax. Not while heaven can just keep pouring reinforcements to the dead zones like that. And Cataclysm's like, well, we're on the verge of shutting down those dead zones, so relax. No, not enough of them. I can help with that. You know why? Because heaven made a critical mistake rushing in so quickly. They got so excited busting a high school through that dead zone penetration that they forgot to protect their own backyard. It's why I was able to marshal my own army in the back. So while heaven's destructed in hell, causing you destruction on the front, I got my own armies in the back doing their thing, so we can flip this whole thing on them. So you won't be the one who lost hell, but instead you'll be the king who conquered heaven. Says Cataclysm. Okay, so if you're gonna provide me an army to invade in the back while heaven is attacking me from the front, what do you get out of all this? Hey, I get to protect hell. I've been fighting for this place for eons, and you know you just can't trust Clown like that. Hell nah. But Clown tells him, I'm not about to let it fall into heaven's hands or sin's hands. And Cataclysm is like, you know sin? Oh yeah, we go way back like chiropractic. That human scum has been trying to steal power from us for centuries, but I promise I'll die before I let that bastard do that. And once we knock Kevin off balance, you should have a clean shot at him, alright? Says Cataclysm. Then we should join forces, but under my leadership. Of course, says a Clown. And a word of advice, there's a hellspawn running around in hell. Keep your eye on him. A hellspawn, says Cataclysm. I don't worry about those relics, and you know that pisses Clown off. Keep me informed of your plans. I'll be in touch. And Forsaken, even though that's Sin's brother, Cain and Abel, from way back in those Spawn issues in 300, I don't know which one it is, but it definitely goes back. Forsaken asks Clown, do you think he really believes you? Doesn't matter, says the Clown. He knows he needs me if he wants to stop your brother. We'll keep him around for as long as we need him. Then show Cataclysm what the true power is, and that moment is, he'll be expendable. Forget him. For right now, he's a useful idiot. So let's prepare the troops, and we got an invasion to plan. Clown's all happy about that. So over the next few days, war continues to rage on. In response to a Titan attack, Cataclysm forces detonate a Scream Warp, an ancient destructive power swallowing everything in its path. That ensuing explosion leaves no survivors on either side. Now on the east, Heaven's army overwhelms the territory overlord, one loyal to Cataclysm. To sow further discontent, they string up bodies of the dead for miles, making it appear that Sin was responsible for all those deaths. Now, hundreds of miles north, Greenworld helps Cataclysm retake 3 provinces from Sin's troops, bringing the region of Azimuth back under its control. Across Hell's territories are conquered, then reconquered back and forth as thousands are sacrificed, all for the sake of inches. Now, this is only Nyx's second visit to Hell. The first time was long ago when she first met Spawn, and that was to save a soul of a friend. She had stolen a fragment of Spawn's powers, then ventured into this accursed place, not realizing the impact it would have one day on her life. Now, there's no editor notes as to what issue are they talking about, because I didn't get to that issue, but going back to Nyx, she barely recognizes the person she was back then. So Jim Downey goes up to her and says, just got word from one of Cataclysm's guys. He's on his way. Sounds like they're planning for their next big push against Sin. And Nyx is like, we couldn't pull it off forever. And so they ask each other how they're feeling, and before Jason Downey can tell his feeling, off panel somebody yells, catch him. Now what are they talking about? It looks like these, I don't know, these minions, these demon minions are like, you know, we got a treacherous dog on our hands. So Nyx and Jim go down. They want to know what's going on. This doesn't concern you. He was trying to escape so he could join Sin's army. Well, is that true? No, I just can't do this no more. He wasn't trying to join Sin's army. He just wanted to get out of it. So before they could even hear him out, they silence him up by killing him because they don't want to harbor any traitors. Unfortunately for the commander, this dead soldier is by no means unique. Desertions have been rising steadily with more and more soldiers from all sides trying to find a way out of this suicide mission that they're being sent on. And Nyx knows that this has to end sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, in Heaven's spaceship, they're told that Rapture and his groups are telling them whatever they want to hear so they can continue fighting this war. But you know what? Then as they're flying and they're all concerned about what's going on and the casualties and the body count rising, they see a spark in the air which looks like to them might be a distress call. So they ask if they should call it in, and they're like, no, let's just make sure it's not a false alarm first. So they exit out the ship. They go down, they see that there's something over there walking. Someone's walking up to them. Well, it's not really walking up to them. It's the Redeemer setting his trap. And he thanks him for landing the plane and, rescuing him. So he tells him, we were ambushed by some hell lords and a fleet of Sycorax. Is there anything these Cretans won't do? They won't resort to? Call the ship. We're the survivors here. Thank you for saving us. So these heavens angels tells Poel, we found a survivor. It's a Redeemer. But when Poel realizes it's a trap, Redeemer blasts him with their energy blast and just puts him down for the count. But meanwhile, Redeemer was a distraction from the front, and Hunt and Spawn go in from the back. Before he can even talk to them on the intercom, Spawn's like, nah, bruh, he can't help you now. Decks him in the face. So they congratulate each other on a heist mission gone successfully, because now they're able to go through the rest of Heaven's territory without being spotted. And Jessica Priest is like, ow, I need a word. Not now, says Spawn. No, I need an answer before we go any further. I've been running over what you said before, and this plan of yours, it doesn't add up. It sounds like even if we beat Sin, even if Cataclysm holds on to that throne, that's not going to fix things. There'll always be others, Clown and a million like him, trying to take control of this place and that throne and Earth. It's never going to end. It's going to be a eternal bloodshed. So what are we really doing here, says She-Spawn. You're right, says Spawn. It won't end. I've done everything I can to find another way. I can't figure out a way to not keep Sin out the throne, not keep Clown out the throne, and keep Cataclysm on there. You're right. And the truth is, the only way to ever cure this problem is to put someone else on the throne permanently, and that someone is gonna be me. And this is a crazy way to end this issue of Spawn, issue number 346, because one, I guess it was only eventual that Spawn had to take the throne. And if we go back to Spawn issue number 175, it was prophesized by Mammon to Al Simmons' ancestor, I don't know if that was his grandfather or his great-great-grandfather, that one day there will be a hellspawn greater than all others who will make this whole world what Job has made Bane. And Job was a person that was the first gunslinger Spawn in Spawn issue number 174 or 175, when he decimated the entire town of Bane on a revenge path. And you know what? That's just a little snippet right there. I'll put the link in the description if you want to check out that issue. But it was prophesied by Mammon that Spawn will make the whole world what Job made of Bane, decimated it. And now Spawn taking the throne of hell, that's only going to be one step closer to all that. What you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. Also, links in the description if you wish to add this comic book and or some of our other Rated Comics exclusives to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. And lastly, this review is sponsored by coffee, so if you'd like to buy your boy a cup of coffee, link in description or donate to the super thanks. But the greatest compliment you guys can do is by liking this video and subscribing to Rated Comics YouTube channel. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.